Hey everybody, what's up? And welcome to Vlogmas Day 2, the 12 days of Vlogmas on my channel. I'm very excited to do this just because I've always watched Vlogmas and never really was like, yeah, I'll do Vlogmas because when I was doing YouTube videos before, I had done a lot of singing videos. It wasn't really like a vlog channel, and also I felt super uncomfortable carrying my phone around because I was an awkward potato. But now I've embraced my awkwardness, and that's all that really counts. So today for Vlogmas, since I did have 2 finals today, literally got up, went to my first final, and then went to eat lunch with Faith, and then went and saw the place that Faith and I are going to be living next year. And wow, am I okay? And then we went and took another final. So that was virtually all I did today. Since my final was so long, I'm gonna fix this. Our final had 2 essays on it, and since I'm losing my mind, and since there were 2 essays, our teacher said that we could take one home, and we had until 2 p.m. tomorrow, but I didn't want to wait until 2 p.m. tomorrow because I don't want to wake up early. So I just finished that, and that's all I've done today other than clean my room. So I didn't want to let you guys down and already screw up my 12 days of Vlogmas. So I've decided that today I'm going to talk about my study abroad experience. This starts about I want to say January of last year. No, I'm sorry. This is probably February of last year, or of this year, in spring, last semester. I was applying. I wanted to go abroad. I've been abroad a few times, but I wanted to go abroad and actually do some schoolwork. And Brockport has this really cool program with Oxford University in England, and I was like, okay, English major, that would be a really cool opportunity for me to be able to go abroad to Oxford, study English where it was created and born, and be able to get college credit for it. And I wanted to go for an entire semester. I wanted to go for this fall semester, but as you can see, that did not happen because I am here. And so obviously I was heartbroken at first. I was like, this really sucks. My GPA was off by like 0.2. So it actually really hit me hard because I had worked hard to get to that GPA and it still just was barely good enough. And that kind of sucked for me. But I was like, I'll figure something else out. And then as time went on, I realized that I really didn't want to do a whole semester abroad because I am an RA right now, and I wouldn't be able to be an RA if I was in another country, obviously. And I was still cheerleading at the time. I wouldn't be able to be with my friends. Who knew where I would live when I came back? It was just a lot of factors that led me to not want to take a whole semester abroad just because of what I was experiencing and not wanting to miss out on anything. So I decided to look into shorter programs, winter and summers, and some spring breaks here and there. But I wanted more time than just the winter because the winter sessions are only about a month, whereas the summer programs are about, the winter programs can't be anything more than a month, whereas summer programs can be exactly a month or more, depending on what you want to do. So I ended up finding a bunch of schools that I really liked, still in England, and I was like, oh yeah, maybe I'll apply to Oxford again. But when I was looking at all these different cities and figuring out what I wanted to do, I realized that there was a school that was closer to London and was about half the cost of Oxford. So that school is the University of Roehampton. I was looking and I said, all right, to get 5 credits at Roehampton, it's about $4,000. To get 5 credits at Oxford, it's about $8,000. So So Roehampton, you're getting, I think, more for less. And yes, Oxford is an amazing opportunity, and anyone that gets in, I applaud you, because it can be really hard to get your GPA up. And that semester that I found out I didn't get into Oxford, I actually worked twice as hard as I had been working in the last 2 years and got my GPA up. I ended that semester with like a 3.7 GPA. And this semester I've been working hard too. Faith and I are always in the library, so I've been trying to get my GPA for that as well. But I decided I would apply to the University of Roehampton through Brockport and see how that went for me. So I finished my application on a Friday, and I was told it would take like a couple business days. But the person reviewing the England applications she was out of the office that whole week following the Friday I submitted my application. And I was like, this sucks, because I was sitting there refreshing my email, waiting and waiting and waiting, thinking I was going to be getting this email telling me, and I just wasn't getting anything. And it was so stressful. I started having nightmares because I was so stressed out. And then the following week was International Education Week. So all of the people from the international office were busy trying to get this thing together and making sure all the events happened. And another week went by with no email. And I was like, this is terrible. But I had already sent multiple emails to the department. They told me they were going to get back to me, and I couldn't find it in myself to go to the department and say, listen, I want my letter. Tell me if I got in or not, because I didn't want them to reject me to my face. And that was the only reason I would not go into the office. I was terrified. And then the following Monday, I was sitting day desk with myself, but my boss and another one of the people I work with were in the lobby, and my boss knew that I had been waiting for this email, and I'd been refreshing it all morning, and I was about to be done with my shift. And finally, in the middle of my show, I was like, I'm gonna check it again. And I clicked on the email tab, and it automatically refreshes. That's just what Gmail does. But I decided to hit refresh anyways, because I was sick of looking at this no new emails list. And I hit refresh, and I got the email right then. And like when I opened it, it said delivered 1 minute ago. Not even. No, it said delivered just now. And I was like, oh my God, Megan, like, I got it. I got my email. And she goes, oh my God, open it. So I opened it, and it told me that I was accepted. And I was over the moon. I was calling everyone. I called my mom, my grandma, my dad. I needed everyone to know. So I've officially been accepted into the University of Roehampton. From there, I had a lot of things to fill out. I'm going to grab my laptop. From there are a lot of steps in the application that you need to take. And a lot of people will wait, but I am a mess. So I did this immediately. I'm just pulling up the different things that you need. I love logging into my study abroad thing now, because it says that I was accepted, and that makes me super happy. But it still has my fall 2017 England, the Brockport Oxford program, not accepted, in big bold letters. So that's a nice, I'm gonna take these off. So that's like a nice reminder every so often. But I'm a strong believer that everything happens for a reason, so I try not to let it bother me. But once you get into the application, it says post decision, and you have a little blurb. I would show you, but it has all my information on there. It has a little blurb that says commitment to participate, and essentially the first thing that you need to do is submit a letter that says, yes, I want to commit, I want to do this, and pay $350 to like accept it. And then from there, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. you have 9 different things that you need to fill out, plus the acceptance letter. So you have a policies and procedures page and a scholarships and financial aid page. The policies tells you everything you need to know. Definitely not something that you just want to hit mark as read. It's definitely something you want to read over, because it talks about what would happen if there's an emergency and all that good stuff. And then scholarships and financial aid is just to make sure everyone is aware that there are scholarships for you, so you don't have to pay for this on your own. And then you have agreement to release information, permission to release information. You have to go through student conduct and make sure that they review your conduct stuff and make sure you're eligible to go abroad, your health form, and then your travel itinerary, which you actually can't fill out until you're given the official travel memo and book your flights. So I won't be able to do that until April or May, and it's December. So I've got some time with that, but I keep getting emails saying, hey, don't forget to do this. And the last thing you have to do is your Roehampton summer application. And essentially this is the same exact application for study abroad, but through the Roehampton website. So you don't have to apply necessarily, but you have to pick your session and decide what classes you want to take. So I also filled that out right away, and it is all finished. This is just what it looks like. Hello. There. Sorry, where you have basically just a questionnaire. It's nothing big. But from there, I decided I wanted to do session 1 only. There's session 1, session 2, and both. Session 1 is basically the month of June. Session 2 is the month of July, and both is June to July, obviously. But I can't financially afford to do both sessions, and I think I would miss home if I was gone overseas for 2 months. It's one thing to be like an hour and a half down the road, but to be in another country, there are things happening. To be in another country where if anything happens at home, you can't get there, that stresses me out a little bit. I'm sure it won't as I become an adult and get my own life, but it's just too much right now where there's no way I could spend that much time that far away. So I did decide on that session, and with that, my mom also wants to meet me over there so that, what are you doing, friend? So that we can travel a little bit of Europe together. And I just think that will be a really cool experience for us both. That is also partially why I traded in my big DSLR for a GoPro. A lot of people are like probably wondering, why would you get rid of a DSLR for a GoPro? But I personally don't like to travel with my GoPro or with my DSLR because it's so big, and I got my phone stolen last year, so I don't want a big camera like that to be taken from me either. But now I will have my GoPro, and it'll just be a lot easier to carry around. It's a lot more compact. I buy a lot of souvenirs, so it will definitely save some space in my bag, and it also makes Christmas a lot easier for my family because they don't like just not watching me open anything. They are very much like, oh, well, you have to open something, and feel bad if like my other siblings are just not opening anything. Like, they're all opening stuff and I'm just sitting there like watching, and I don't have a problem with it, but they do. They don't like that because they feel bad, and they're like, well, we didn't get you anything, and I'm like, okay, but I'm going to Europe and I just need money to go there, so please don't get me anything. Like, I don't need it. But since I have the GoPro, and I knew Christmas was coming, I didn't get anything for it. So basically my Christmas list is extra batteries for my GoPro, a like selfie stick type thing, and a charger that can charge 2 GoPro batteries at a time. So those will definitely be useful for my trip. I don't think I put this one thing on there. There's also this really cool backpack strap that you have your backpack on, and then you clip it. You can clip your camera onto there, and I just think that's really cool because then you can get some nice walking shots and not be like holding it around. But that is all for the video today. I hope you liked it. I'm very sorry that it's not a real vlog, but like I said, it was just, I had two exams today, and it was just too much with everything else going on. Tomorrow is Friday, and I need to clean out my room, so that'll be a better vlog for Vlogmas, and then Saturday I'm going home. From there, I'll be home and doing stuff. My dad and I have plans to go see Star Wars on Monday, and I'm so excited. Let me tell you, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to go see Star Wars. I am going to bring all the Star Wars things. I'm so hyped. I also want to point this out. I don't know if I've pointed this out in other videos, but I actually like this setup. So I guess for the next day or next semester too, when I make videos, I might do this setup because I like it. But this right here is my t-shirt quilt. I'm sure you've seen these all over the internet, but basically these are all my t-shirts from the time I was a kid. Like this one is my kindergarten art smock from kindergarten. I said that twice. That me and my mom made together, and then this is from senior year. So they all kind of go through the years, and I'm just gonna point out where I got it from because the way they do it I really liked. I got my t-shirt quilt from Project Repat. I'll leave a link down in the description because I honestly think it's the best thing that ever happened to me. I have 2 bags of clothes to take to my grandma's for t-shirt quilts because I don't wear them anymore, and I figure they're just going to be put in a quilt anyways. I may as well keep them at the house they're going to be sent from. So I have really liked it. I've got stuff on here from 8th grade. I've got my high school cheerleading stuff, and it just, what is that one? Oh, this is from when I was athlete of the week in middle school. Just a lot of really cool stuff that I can keep as memories and not have to like get rid of all my t-shirts because I am a t-shirt hoarder. But that is all for today's Vlogmas episode. I will see you all tomorrow, I guess, because this is what I'm doing now. Bye!